Alrighty, Facebook, as I promised, went down and grabbed a few folks to come back up and talk to you. We're down here on the Waterfront Network Mondays and My Mother's Keeper. Down here with our sponsor, Waterfront Insurance Network, where they do all things insurance. They offer complimentary quotes. You should give them a call, 202-487-0497. www.whereistheagent.com is their website. Guys, I'm going to give you a treat today, and then next week you plan to be down here so you can get your shout out. Guys, this is Mr. Rick Washington of the Beauty News and Mr. Media, and he's going to share a little bit about what it is that he does and why it is he thought it was a great idea to be down here on this waterfront and helping you guys to win as small business owners with this media coverage. And then we also have a very beautiful young lady, an entrepreneur, and her name is
Crystal Hughes.
Crystal Hughes, and Crystal's going to tell you a little bit about herself. And guys, in My Mother's Keeper, we're trying to do something different. You don't want to talk to us about mental health when we just come at you straight up. So we're going to show you how it is that you're carrying with you every day in your everyday living and why it shouldn't be a problem to talk about it. We're overcoming all kinds of things in our lives. And when we share these experiences and we share these stories, we can help someone else. So Crystal was sharing with us downstairs that she had a little setback and she had to step back and come back from it. And I'm going to let her tell you a little bit more about it. But the reality is this. Guys, we've got small business owners that are out here winning regardless of what their circumstances are. They're figuring it out. Guys, in My Mother's Keeper's mantra is to educate, empower, and hold accountable. And what that means is that if you want to live a better quality of life, you've got to decide what role you're going to play in that. And we're going to help you do that along the way. So, Mr. Rick Washington, would you please help us understand why Crystal gets her social media going for us? It's all good. We want to keep everybody abreast. And tell us a little bit, Rick, about what it is that you do and how long you've been doing it. And you're just down here having fun.
Well, I put out the Beauty News,
and what is the Beauty News?
It's a beauty. It was a beauty newspaper, but now it's an actual newsletter, and it's also be featured on Facebook. And we have over 10,000 hairstylists in our network.
Nice.
And I started the Beauty News back in '89, so it was a newsprint paper, went to a magazine. Now it's a newsletter, and it's also put on the Facebook. Also, I have the Black History, Beauty, Art, and Expo, which is my 5th show at the Arc to bring black businesses together and you know, just to promote the whole black business movement. And you know, everybody's self-employed now, so they need a way to get what they do out and get real good coverage and network with other businesses to make their business grow. And we recently also put together we have a financing way to finance black businesses also, not necessarily black business, but any small business. And we are doing micro loans now.
Oh, nice.
So I originally got with the company because I was bidding on jobs for the Maryland State government, and I ran into a micro loan company, and I went through their program, and they made me so much like a spokesman for what I've done as far as the papers and all that. And then they asked me to find other businesses who want a small business loan.
Okay.
And so far,
how do they get in touch with you? I'm sorry.
They can call me.
What's your number? Give me your number.
744-0520. And so far, everybody that we submitted have got approved.
I was about to say, you start talking about getting people loans for money, you got to tell them how to get in touch with you because you know your phone's going to ring.
Yeah,
and the number's 202-744.
0520.
0520. You see what I'm saying? And My Mother's Keeper wants you to win. There's no reason why you're not winning if you're not picking up that telephone and dialing into these resources. You heard him say 1989. He's been doing this for a minute. I think he know a little bit about what he's doing. You heard him talking about bidding on contracts for the state. Come on, guys. If you are not able to understand how to get where you're trying to go, the next best thing to do is to affiliate and associate yourself with people that do know. That's one of the smartest things I learned in business many years ago. Thanks for that, Rick. And come on, baby girl, enjoying the conversation with your beautiful self. You were talking to us about being in the hair care industry before.
Yeah, and so that's how I met Rick when I was young. I was like 18, and he had a modeling ad in the papers. But he also had his beauty newspaper, so he was looking for hair models or whatever. So I just kept him in my back pocket because I knew one day I was going to eventually open my beauty supply store and I was going to need him.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was 21, I opened my first beauty supply store. I had about 5 or 6 locations since then. But God blessed me where I was able to be in 2 locations with 2 storefronts right in Prince George's County.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a shopping center where Fast Eddie's is, right next door to Popeyes.
Okay.
And that's still vacant to this day.
Okay.
And I was also on Old Branch Avenue across from Topolino's. So
Wow.
I've been an entrepreneur all my life. And so I got in a terrible accident, a few accidents, a car accident and a personal injury at Home Depot. And between those 2 incidents, I became disabled. And so I was on a walker for 2 years and was told I needed backs and shoulder surgery. And God gave me the strength to heal myself. So the doctor said I don't need surgery anymore, but I ain't 100% like I would ever be. But I don't need surgery. I don't know how it happened, but you don't need surgery no more. So, I mean, I prayed and I just, believed that I was going to fight it. And I did that. And so now that I'm trying to get back into the industry, back into the business, I retired into helping people get their own funding with going through this microloan program, working with Rick. So I'm now a loan specialist.
All right.
So I help people get funding for their business through this microloan, which I already got 2 loans myself.
Nice.
And that's how I got my office space that I do now have currently. And so I just volunteer with Rick to help people get the microloans. But I retired opening my own medical cannabis business, helping people register for their medical cannabis card.
I know that's right.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I just want to take a minute and celebrate your glory, baby.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. I tell you, perseverance,
Yes.
that's what it's about. Perseverance. Guys, there is no written script. And even when you think you're on the right track or thinking you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you find out that your path has been adjusted, and you know how you get frustrated out there when things are not going your way. It's important to never give up, and it's important to always remember stories of motivation and inspiration because there's always something else. God has always got something else for you. Thank you guys for coming out on this Network Mondays, and I'm hoping that you're going to be here with us every Monday because I can't imagine anybody coming through those doors that does not need a loan to do what they need to do.
And I was just telling Crystal too about, I said this idea is so good with this Networking Monday because it's a lot of businesses. I was just talking to the guy downstairs, the masseuse guy, and I was telling him, I said it should be a lot of people. As soon as they see anything, talking about anything like this, they should be down here.
Credit,
Absolutely.
Microloan.
Yeah, and then not only that, just to piggyback on that, what is going on in our community that we got to pull you out to get this going? I'm going to call every one of them go-go bands up and tell them we need them.
But you know
because they'll come out for the music, and I don't mind that
Right.
because I'm a go-go artist myself. Don't get it twisted, Ward 8, Chesapeake Terrace. I'm just saying that we also have to get the knowledge so that we can be able to extend our quality of living and be able to expose our babies to more.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we're just challenging you guys, and as they shuffle out, I'm not going anywhere, so don't you go anywhere. I want to bring another powerful brother in here, Mr. Joseph. I want him to come in because I want you to understand on the creative side of things that we're out here in these streets. And I need you guys to understand that there's power in numbers, and when we stay divided, we don't accomplish as much as we can when we come together. You see what's going on around this city, and most importantly, you see what's going on east of that river. Come on, guys. Come on in that studio in the spirit. Let's do this in the spirit of the great Marion Barry. We're supposed to come together to create prosperity. All right?
That's right.
Act like you know.
All right.
Mr. Rick Washington, I'm going to come out and see you and have some fruit with you guys.
Yes.
Get me a massage and all that good stuff. Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Oh, yes, we will. And we're going to do this every Monday, right?
Yeah.
We're going to get a whole city entrepreneurs, aren't we? As you guys make your way out, and I'm going to come out and greet you guys, I want to invite Mr. Joseph in, please. My creative artist who is always heeding the call. And if you don't think that Am I Mother's Keeper is going to have a whole community of little boys and little brown-faced girls playing this instrument here, you don't know this woman sitting in this chair. Welcome, brother. You don't do no handshaking. Thank you for always having my back. Welcome. I want you to help Facebook understand who you are and that you are and all the wonderful things you've done with your music, where you're going with your music, and how they can reach you so you can do greater things with your music. Let's go.
All right. Greetings, people. My name is Joseph Jamal. And let's see, I've been playing trumpet since I was 11 years old. I got serious with my studies and my endeavors with the horn when I attended Duke Ellington School of the Arts.
Nice.
So let's see, I've earned a degree in music, a bachelor's degree in music,
Awesome.
a few trips around the world, out of the country or whatnot, overseas and everything, and all over the globe with it. I'm humbled and you know, proud to say I'm a world-class musician.
That's right.
And
That's
let's
right.
see,
And where you from, Mr. Joseph?
I grew up here in Washington, D.C. Yes, I'm originally from North Carolina. And yeah, I'm proud to say that I'm teaching music full-time and performing on a high level.
I love that.
And I love the opportunity to be able to share my gifts.
And one of the things I want to share with you, he loves the opportunity so much that as our nonprofit, you know nonprofits, we ain't got no money, but we always everywhere and they've got to be somewhere. And Joseph has come out on the community level to help serenade the women in the community. When My Mother's Keeper needed to do a Mother's Day event, Joseph has come out and serenaded at our annual fundraising events when we needed to rock the house and all the women wanted to know who's playing trumpet. Okay, because I always want to call it a sax, but I know how it sounds when he blowing. And I just want you guys to know that in My Mother's Keeper, we are about empowering and supporting and uplifting our folks in the community because we have some wonderfully talented, gifted individuals out here. If you guys are in the need of a wonderful, wonderful musician, help your babies learn. Can't have them, but we might be able to loan them to you. Now, Joseph is a wonderful, wonderful addition. He's a wonderful professional. As you heard him say, he's a world-class musician, and you don't have to take my word for it. Can you blow us a little tunes before we get out of here? Is this okay before you crack anything? Okay, don't take my word for it. Let him serenade you while I go get your next guest. And that's just how we doing it down here on the waterfront on a Monday. You know, Joseph, thank you. I'm coming out to see you before you leave. Did you get your massage already? Did Frank take care of you?
Oh, no.
No, you ain't with no massage. That's okay. If you will allow me to come out and greet you before you're out of here.
Definitely.
Thank you for taking a moment with us.
Thank you for
All right, Facebook, that's Joseph Jamal. All right, I got the hookup. You got to let me know. You can borrow them, you can't have them. Come on, Monique. And if you think that we're not going to have a neighborhood full of babies playing an instrument like that, you got My Mother's Keeper all messed up. How about that? Hey, Miss Monique.
Hello there, Rhonda. Nice to see you.
Facebook. Join me in welcoming My Mother's Keeper, wonderfully dedicated board member, government liaison, all things, roll your hands up and let's get this done for those babies, Rhonda. This is my right hand, Miss Monique Michelle Smith. Facebook, you can't do this work without having someone that is as dedicated, as committed, and trustworthy. And this is that person sitting right to the right of me. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Monique. So I'm doing fine. I wanted to bring Monique into the front of the camera because she's always behind the camera helping, and everybody wants to know what My Mother's Keeper got going on, and I'm all over town, and all you see is my face, and it's on purpose because we want to dial this mental health dialogue up so much that you guys just start talking about it every day in every kind of capacity. So you start to understand and be aware. It's okay, but we've got to talk about it to get past it. And Miss Monique has been serving with the DC Fire and EMT for over 20 years. She's a former ANC, but let me not try to do her justice and let her do her own justice. I just want you to know that in My Mother's Keeper, we keep quality quality and beautiful company,
Well,
because we know what's necessary out here in this community. Talk to them a little bit about this soldiering that you've been helping us to do out here, Monique.
How you doing, everyone? My Mother's Keeper has been working extra hard this year because we are really trying to push mental health awareness for the community. It is a word in which people do not give full credit, and they need to have more resources for mental health. And that's why we are working together to be the big push that the community really needs to help this go across to the constituents.
I appreciate that. Now, we're down here on Network Mondays, and I didn't call you in to do In My Mother's Keeper business because you got to have a day off to do all your other beautiful work. Talk to us a little bit. Monique is an entrepreneur as well, and Monique has a beautifully talented, educated young woman on her way to college. Miss Leah out there, shout out to my A students out there. She's a beautiful mom, and she's doing great things, and she's also an entrepreneur. Talk to us a little bit about that kind of work, Monique.
Okay, so Rhonda's referring to my small business. It's called Diamonds and Roses Floral Design and Special Events. It's a small business in which I do social event planning. So social event planning consists of weddings, bridal showers, baby showers, any small gathering that ranges, let's say, from 5 people to say like 200. So that handles all the social events. Anything funerals as well too, that's a social event, and sometimes people just don't really have the time to really handle it, so you need a planner, and you need somebody to help you keep things moving forward, and so that you can just maintain the other things that you have going on.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I've seen her little decorations that she puts together, and I've seen her when she's planning her wedding, and she's certainly someone who takes the stress off. Take it from someone who's a stress giver. She certainly is someone that's wonderful to work with, especially when you're planning and when you need someone to absorb a lot of the things and the details that you need to understand. So I had to take a moment and give just due to my girl behind this room that's always behind the scene. And she doesn't matter. She comes running and gets it done. I need you to understand out there, my divas, if you don't have a diva like this in your corner, you need to get you a diva in your corner. You wonder how In My Mother's Keeper can operate and be out in this community and do all this wonderful work. It's because I have great people right here working with me. And you guys need to work harder at getting yourselves into a network and stop being so private. Nobody want to know your business. We're just trying to all save one another and trying to win together. We're down here on this waterfront. There are all different walks of life, all different types of business understandings. Come out here if you're having trouble getting something off the ground. Nobody's fault but your own, okay? And before we get out of here, and my wonderful cameraman, who I was wondering if I can coerce him to come from behind the camera and give us a little bit about it. Maybe not this week, but if he will, I would love him to. Hunt Media, is it?
The Hunt Media Solutions.
The Hunt Media Solutions.
So it's
I'm trying to shout everybody out. It's Network Mondays.
TheHuntMS.com.
Okay, so TheHuntMS.com is who's taking care of us down on this waterfront. He's so gracious and so humble, has a beautiful family at home that allows him to come out and do this for us. And so I want you to know that it takes a village, and In My Mother's Keeper doesn't have a problem with being in the village. So come on down here. If you don't have a village, you can be in our village. Before we get out of here, we're talking about this balance. We're going somewhere with this. And My Mother's Keeper wants you to know and wants you to be on the lookout.
Awesome.
You know, Miss Harriet Tubman is a very popular movie out there, and it's about our history. So, In My Mother's Keeper and Mr. Rick Washington, he put out Project Enough shirts together, which we're putting together in the background, and they'll be circulating soon. We've got a citywide project coming your way every night under fire and fear. Enough is enough. Our children and our families, we need to do something about it. And so, In My Mother's Keeper's coming, and in Harriet Tubman's namesake, we're going to figure out how we get our families on the right track to survival and a better quality of living. So stay tuned. We're doing something out here in these streets, and when you see us asking for a donation, give $1. If everybody gave $1, we'd be that much further to helping the next family.
Yes.
And My Mother's Keeper is a 501c3. We are federally recognized. You will get your tax receipt. We do backpack giveaways. We do senior wellness campaign. We're doing turkey giveaways. We've got Christmas coming up. We've got some little faces in the community that need to see us and hear from us. We want to make sure that if there's a child who needs a Christmas, that we're going to make sure they get a Christmas. So we're able to do that because of our Angel Network and all of our wonderful folks that are out there. Guys, we can't do this work alone. We don't want to do it alone. There's always room for you. We always are looking for volunteers. There's room on our board. Mental health is a very, very serious, necessary matter. Most families are affected and impacted by it. And if you would humble yourself and recognize and look around, you would see that we need your help. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned to all of our wonderful work. And as you heard me say, we're trying to get our YouTube channel. We're throwing our hat in the ring. We want to be popular, too, for mental health. So we'd love for you to go to our website, www.mimotherskeeper.com. All of our tapes and all of our segments will be on our YouTube site, and we need you to like it. When we get to 100, we're going to have our own channel, and how awesome is that going to be? And then you can come down on the waterfront and celebrate with us when we reach 100. Yes. How about that? Yes. We'll see you next Monday for Network Mondays. If there's someone out there in the community looking to change their life, change their career, looking to do something different, don't be afraid. It's just insurance. We're starting with insurance. We've got photography and music, culinary, yes. The apprenticeship programs. We've got all kinds of stuff coming down the pipe. Yes. And happy Veterans Day to all my wonderful military folks out there. And guess what? PTSD and mental health is so real. That's please, right. When you get a minute, please acknowledge a soldier. Give them a hug. Listen to their story. And all our soldiers are not men. We got wonderful, wonderful women serving. Miss Gwen Borges comes to mind out in the community. Yeah. God bless you. Shout out to you, Gwen. I know you're surprised I would be shouting you out. Somebody let her know. And My Mother's Keeper is caring and thinking about her. And we appreciate her service and all of our other vets out there in the community. That's right. All right, guys. We got to go down here and have some fun and get our massages. Frank's doing massages, you guys. Lure Life. Check out our website. www.whereistheagent.com is our sponsor's website. That's Waterfront Insurance Network. 1% of every policy they write is going to be donated to My Mother's Keeper's causes and efforts in the community. So call, get some quotes. You got to get your insurance from someone. Why not get it from an organization that's helping a qualified and quality cause? You can get your tax receipts as well. We'll see you on the other side. Stay tuned. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you want to hear about. And let me know if you want to get on here. We've got room for you. Bye-bye, Facebook.